We finally get to watch our first LA Galaxy game of the new year, and we'll give you 3 players to keep an eye out throughout all of preseason, and Douglas Costa becomes a new big name player for the LA Galaxy. Let's get started. The Galaxy got their preseason started last week against Toronto FC in a game that ended 5-4. There really wasn't much news prior to the game about the starting 11 or substitutions or players on the pitch, but we do know that the goal scorers from this game were Efrain Alvarez, Chicharito, Kevin Cabral, Samuel Grandsir, and rookie Farai Mutatu. This game wasn't streamed for fans and was a closed-door scrimmage, and it really sucks because we probably missed an all-time great LA Galaxy preseason match. There was also a closed-door scrimmage game on Wednesday as the Galaxy faced LA Force, in which the team won 3-0. They were finally able to keep a clean sheet after giving up 4 goals to Toronto. This Saturday, we will see the New England Revolution come to Dignity Health Sports Park and play the LA Galaxy. This game is open to fans as well, as they could buy their tickets to come watch this preseason game. It will also be streamed on LAGalaxy.com. After this game, the Galaxy will get ready to head out to the Empire Polo Club to play in the inaugural Coachella Valley Invitational. Now here are 3 Galaxy players that you need to keep an eye on during this preseason, as if they perform well, they might get some more minutes in the 2022 MLS season. Number 3 on this list is Carlos Harvey. The 22-year-old Panamanian recently got his green card. Now that's some big news for Harvey, as in years prior, he would take up an international spot, and a lot of times the prior Galaxy teams would not put him on the main roster and instead would be sent to Galaxy 2. Now what I find so curious about Carlos Harvey is that last season with Galaxy 2, they split his minutes up between center defensive midfielder and a center back. Harvey played as a defensive midfielder when he first arrived at the Galaxy, and it's interesting to see that they are experimenting with him last year and played him as a center back. I think it will be important to keep an eye on and see if Greg Vanney wants to play him as a defensive midfielder, or maybe he could be another depth piece at center back. The second player we have on this list is Jalen Neal. The 18-year-old center back really couldn't play any MLS minutes as he suffered an injury last year that really kept him out for some time, and he got more minutes with Galaxy 2. We know the Galaxy have had their defensive problems in the past. It's really been a big thing to watch with the Galaxy and what's held them back over the last couple of years. Now, could Jalen Neal be the player that kind of cleans that up? Immediately, I don't think so, but for a player in the future, I think he's somebody to watch. He was recently called up to the Revelations Cup for the US men's national team, and coach Greg Vanney sees him as a player with a lot of potential.
Jalen is a young man I have huge hope for. I just think he could be an outstanding center back, not only in this league. I think he can go play at a high level sometime. He has a mentality of a center back that you don't see all the time. Jalen will play a role somewhere in this season where we want to bring him along and get him some experiences. I'm really excited about his future.
I'm definitely going to be checking him out as we watch these preseason games. And the number 1 player you should be watching out for is the Galaxy's 21st overall draft pick in this year's MLS Super Draft, Farai Mutatu. Farai has been the guy when it comes to scoring goals this preseason. He's scored in both preseason games so far for the LA Galaxy against Toronto FC and LA Force. Michigan State Spartan would occupy an international spot if he were to make it to the active roster. Is Mutatu worth enough to go out and buy another international slot? That's what this preseason is here to prove. Farai Mutatu really reminds me of Daryl DK, formerly of Orlando City. If the Galaxy can help unlock his potential, I think he can be just as good a goal scorer as DK was here in the States. Now the big news this week has been Douglas Costa and his imminent transfer to the LA Galaxy. Now earlier this morning, and the day of recording, Fabrizio Romano reported that Douglas Costa will be heading to the Galaxy and that he will originally be, for this season, he will be on a 6-month loan as he is still a part of Juventus. This 6 months will see the end of his Juventus contract come to an end, and then he will sign a 2-year deal with the Galaxy. It's possible that this 2-year deal is a 1-year deal, with the other year being a club option. Nonetheless, Douglas Costa is still a pretty big name. It wasn't too long ago where he was playing with the likes of Bayern Munich and Juventus, playing in the Champions League, but Costa has really struggled recently, especially when it comes to his production and his fitness. It's been a couple of years since he's hit double-digit goals and double-digit assists, not to mention there is a big injury concern when it comes to Costa, and he's not getting any younger. While he's only 31, which is still relatively young, I guess, or in your prime in soccer years, it's still concerning to see that if he gets older, he's going to have a lot harder time recovering from these injuries, and The Galaxy already have one DP who's injury prone, and having two just doesn't seem like a recipe that'll mesh well together. The Galaxy are deciding to take this gamble on Douglas Costa, which I think is something they should take. Costa, if he really shows out in MLS, he will be the best player in the league. He has the talent, he has the dribbling ability, and he's shown it at the top level. But if he doesn't, and if he's been the Douglas Costa of the last couple of years who's lacked some motivation, who's been injury prone, and has failed to produce on the pitch, then it's going to look like one of the worst signings in MLS history. Nonetheless, I'm still excited to see some Galaxy soccer coming up this weekend. Let me know what player you think I should look out for in preseason as well. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to follow Total Galaxy and check out our website as well. We write some really cool articles on there. Recently did one about Julian Araujo and his week with Mexico for World Cup qualifiers this past week. See you guys later.